short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Washington football team. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Prescott now. That'll be taken in by Kenny Galladay. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
That's good.
Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
A first down throw for Prescott. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 right at the 40. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Kenny Galladay with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
At their own 25-yard line.
A run here for J.D. McKissick.
The linebacker, Christian Jones, there to make the stop.
Ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback.
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift
with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Washington, nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And the Washington first down.
They will run it. It's McKissick. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Washington ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
The throw over the middle, taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
84.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. 2nd and goal from the 1.
1-yard line.
Here's McKissick. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 72 yards.
Let's go.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Washington, nothing.
Touchdown, Detroit. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Lions add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells the story for them, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Off the play fake, Prescott. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
A good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Left side completion to Jones. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jamie Collins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion in the field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Brings up
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
6-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Caught on the right side by Jones. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Thomas Davis on the tackle.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
41-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
Made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there.
Come on, bring it, baby.
Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
For the extra point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Final play of the half. Prescott throwing deep for Galladay. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his third touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Less than a yard.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, Swift. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
DeAndre Swift.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down by Fabian Moore.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing, Prescott. Popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
Let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
On the tackle.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Christian Jones drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, here's Agnew. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0, and the Lions will take over.
1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Prescott now from the 50. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The trot, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Lions 45, Washington 13.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to come from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Swift with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Lions 52, Washington 13.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On the play.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. A carry now for McKissick. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw is Jackson. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by the rookie Jeff Okudah. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He's calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now the 2nd active leading rusher in the NFL, it's Adrian Peterson. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Now Jackson on 1st down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Deshaun Hand. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Turnover on downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Swift. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Once again, it's Swift. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
The tackle made by...
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Washington, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be back home next week